Good morning. I hope that you're doing well. I have an early morning video from the beach this morning, and last night my oldest was in town. And so we had a good late night discussion as we usually do. And I just did not get up this morning as early as I would have normally anticipated. And on the drive in this morning, it was really interesting because as I was making my way here, it's about, I don't know, maybe a 2 minute drive or so. Um, it was really interesting because people are out walking and riding their bikes, and we always like give a little wave at one another. And it's one of those really small things that just, I don't know about you, but it makes me feel really warm inside and creates a sense of community. And so last night, I had some gals over. We have a book club. We've been doing this now for several years. And what's really cool about this book club is that we are all in different decades of life. And I think that's really neat because I don't see that happening very much or very often anyway, at least that I'm not aware of. And we all bring something totally different to the table on our perspectives and life experiences. And I'm just so grateful for those ladies. Now, I've got to be really honest. Up front, we did start reading books. And somewhere, I don't know, after maybe a year or so, it just kind of faded away. And now it's just an opportunity to fellowship and catch up with one another. And I'm really excited for these gals and what's happening. We've got one who's expecting her very first child. And so she's in the throes of pregnancy. And for some of us older gals, it's exciting to see her begin to grow and her tummy get bigger, and remembering what it was like back when we were pregnant with our kids. And we've got one with a serious health issue that she's getting through as well. And I just want to say, the point of telling you about these women is this, is that when I came to this community years and years back, I didn't have this type of connection. And so I started reaching out to people individually, and eventually I brought them together and we have, quote, book club. And these ladies are some of the dearest and most important people in my life. And I just want to encourage you that if you don't have family nearby or things like of that nature, go ahead and go out and start to connect with other people to build your own sense of community. How many people right now do you talk to say that they feel lonely? One of the recent reports I read recently about the United States is that there's a majority of people here in the US that say that they feel completely alone. And isn't that sad? With all the people that are around, that they're feeling alone while together. It doesn't make sense, does it? So I want to encourage you, if you see somebody who's being left out or in the fray, include them, invite them into one of your groups, or have them over for dinner, or have them over for coffee, or even if you're not comfortable yet having them into your home, ask to meet them for coffee somewhere. It's a simple way of connecting with another human being. And I can't stress how much I'm grateful for these ladies, and just coordinating our schedules around what's going on, the birth of the baby, trying to make sure that we can be here for her. And she's got a wonderful husband who's very, very supportive. He's around. Her mom lives far away, but that we can help fill in the gaps for one another. So that way we can help celebrate the wonderful things of life, and then also help comfort when there's challenges in life or sickness and illness. And I'm just very grateful to be a part of this group. Now, I'm grateful I get to be part of this community as well, and I get to see this most days. Um, but even if that's not your situation, I want to encourage you, what are some of the first steps you can take in cultivating friendship and community? What interests do you have that perhaps you can join a group that has a similar interest, a book club or a gardening club or something of that nature, but something to just step out of your own comfort zone and meet with other people. Recently, I've also had a friend that's gone through a lot of challenges, and I and they're feeling very lonely as well. And they're not close to me in proximity. And I said, have you ever thought about going to a nursing home? One of my friends is in a nursing home, and I had the wonderful privilege of getting to know her several years ago. And she's such an interesting gal. She had a chain of successful businesses downstate, and I was aware of them. I didn't know she was the owner, and she and I got connected probably about 2 years ago or so, and just loved talking with her. And we always talked business, and we always talked politics and our faith, and it was just, I love her. She's amazing. Well, recently I was up here up north, and I knew the nursing home that she was at, and I popped in, and we had such a great conversation. And I'm really glad that I did that. I think I was there maybe about 2 hours, believe it or not. And it was just so wonderful to hear her share what she's been going through and things that she's looking forward to. And, I'm always, I always walk away from a conversation with her feeling blessed. And I had some of my own life challenges too. And after I'd spent time with her, I felt like I was on cloud nine. I mean, it just felt so good. And my heart really went out to her too, because, obviously she's in a nursing home. She can't drive. She doesn't have the ability to just pick up and leave and go somewhere. And I was really grateful that I did stop in there and visit. And I plan to come back again and visit her. And it was just nice. And so, who's around you that feels lonely, especially if you feel lonely? Who is around you that you can just reach out and ask how they're doing, or ask to have a cup of coffee with them to get to know them in a better way? It's very simple. It doesn't seem to get done as much these days. And another point of connection that I want to mention is that while we all have these wonderful devices that do lots and lots of things for us, picking up the phone and actually meeting somebody face to face is a higher value level of communication. And texting is great for some quick responses, but it doesn't elicit the same level and value of communication as being face to face in someone's space. And how many times have you ever sent a text to somebody and they read it and it was interpreted incorrectly? Has it ever happened to you? It's happened to me tons of times. Yeah. Have you ever sent it and, perhaps they thought you were being sarcastic when you were being very genuine and sincere, and it created a little bit of a rift between the two of you? That's why human connection cannot be replaced by technology. So whenever possible, I encourage you, pick up the phone, talk out loud to somebody, and then arrange to see them face to face if at all possible. How many people think that they are so, so busy? Everybody's busy, right? Well, let me ask you this. When does the busyness end? It doesn't, until you stop breathing wind. So make time and space for the things that are most important. Yes, we all have to work, absolutely, but not to the detriment of the human beings that are around us. And not only that, it fulfills us as well. We were meant to share our gifts and talents with other people, not to hoard them for our own ideas, our own purposes, but to serve other people. When I met my friend in the nursing home, and as you know, I can chit chat for quite some time and carry a conversation. That's one of my giftings. Now, some people may say it's not a gifting, and that's okay too. You take it or leave it. But in that moment, those couple of hours talking with her was a huge blessing. In fact, she's not even able to text anymore because of the crippling arthritis in her hands. So I want to tell you, take your gifts and talents and share them with other people. With that, I hope that you choose to be a blessing to somebody else today, and I'll see you very soon.